Hello and welcome to all of you in today's lecture. Today we are going to start with the new chapter, that is mass spectrometry. Spectrometry, because it is not following the laws of spectroscopy, that is Beer-Lambert's law and all. So this is altogether different analytical technique, and with the help of which you can determine the exact molecular weight of the compound. From the fragmentation pattern, you can come to know about the stereostructure of the compound, or at least the skeletal part of the compound. In this technique, the compound under investigation is bombarded with electrons with 70 electron volt energy, and then one of the electron from the M is removed and that one electron is lost. Now this M plus radical or radical cation has a tendency to undergo further fragmentation, and you get mass to charge ratio. Now here charge is +1, so different mass to charges, these fragments will have different masses. You will get a plot of percentage abundance versus mass to charge ratio is put, and you can derive lot of information from this kind of plots, or this is known as mass spectrum. The most right peak is M plus, and if isotopes are there like C12, C13, C13 will be M plus +1. In case of halogens, it will be +2 and so on, and moreover you can determine the relative abundances of the halogens also. If it is bromine, then those M plus and M plus 2 peaks will be 1:1. If it is chlorine, then 35 will be 3, 37 will be 1. So that ratio is also maintained. So that is M plus peak and the isotopic peaks. Base peak, the peak with 100% abundance. Now that may be M plus, that may not be M plus peak. Then another important thing is nitrogen rule. Now nitrogen rule states that for odd number of nitrogen, your mass will be odd. For even number of nitrogen, mass will be even. And ring rule will suggest the sites of unsaturation, and you can determine whether the compound is aliphatic or aromatic and so on. So that is relative abundance versus M by Z is a mass spectrum. Now this mass spectrum you can get as the only mass spectrum. It is also coupled with LC or GC. Accordingly, you will get LCMS, GCMS and so on, but that is not the part of syllabus. So let us restrict ourselves to the syllabus part. There are different ionization techniques which are used, right from chemical ionization to MALDI. Chemical ionization, wherein inert gas like CH4 is ionized first and then it is injected in the ionization chamber, wherein your molecule under investigation will interact with it and you get fragments, and those fragments are scanned. Plasma and glow discharge, electron impact, electrospray ionization, fast atom bombardment, fill ionization, laser ionization and matrix assisted laser disruption ionization. Now these are some of the techniques. Maybe I will put some notes on the group so that you can read them, and in case those notes are asked, write notes, you can answer those questions or maybe short questions on these techniques, MALDI and all. So that may be possible, but for objective I don't think there will be much scope for asking on these, but I will give some notes on these topics, so you need not have to worry. Will not spend time on writing the notes here. That I can do by putting the notes on the group. That is easy thing for me. Now let us go for the fragmentation patterns with various functionalities in organic compounds. Now this is also applicable to inorganic compounds, but inorganic compound fragmentation is not the scope of our syllabus. So let us restrict ourselves to organic compounds. The first functional group is alkane. So, I have written one example, that is N-hexane. Now, I will draw the structure here, and once again we will see what is the meaning of these peaks, why we are putting that, those numbers are there, CH2 and CH3. This is N-hexane, and the easiest thing is to put a radical cation on square bracket, because we cannot break this sigma bond, otherwise this skeletal will get disturbed. Now, this is your M plus radical, M by Z or M by E is equal to 86. So, 72 the atomic masses of carbon plus atomic masses of hydrogen. So, 72 plus 14, that is 86, just a summation of the atomic masses of carbon and hydrogen. 86 is this first peak, then second can be shown like this. So, loss of this, and then automatically when I show radical there, the other part has to be positive. So, we will put positive here. So, this is M by E is equal to 71. So, in case of alkane, the consecutive peaks are differing by, like after this every 14 unit is lost. So, if this undergoes further fragmentation, then we will be getting one, two, three, 4, so like this will be plus. So, this is 57 and so on. So, this difference 71 minus 57 is 14 mass units. So, next will be 43, 29 and so on. So, and in easiest way you can show that this is 71, this is 57, this is 43, this is 29 and this is 15. Now, these lines they denotes the fragmentation, the cleavage of bond, and the successive units are differing by 14 mass unit, that is the identity of alkanes. So, in alkanes you will find this kind of pattern. We will see so many examples in due course, but just to begin with I am taking one representative examples from each functional group. Say alkane one example, then second example is 1-bromopropane. 1-bromopropane, once again I will put this structure, this is 1-bromopropane. The numbering will start from here because this is containing the functional group and the longest chain is 3, that is how it goes. Now, in this case also you can put positive charge on the thing, or there is another option, you can remove the electron from heteroatom, but this is safest way. I can put this one the Br plus and the other part would be radical, this is one thing, or I can put Br radical and this part as a positive. Accordingly, now only positively charged species will be absorbed, radicals will not be absorbed in the detector. So, you will be getting mass to charge ratio for only cations. So, here it will be either 79 or 81 depending upon the isotopic mass of the bromine, and the overall mass is 124 or 122. And now here bromine is considered as 81, so mass is slightly higher, and 122 when mass is 79. In this case, this will give m by z is equal to 43. So these are important peaks, 79 or 81, 43 is going to be common, 124, 122, this is m plus, this is m plus 2. The isotopic mass for the halogen, for bromine it is 79 and 81, if it is chlorine then it will be 35 and 37, the relative abundance would be 3:1, for 35 it is 3 and 37 it is 1. So, that even those peaks will be having the scale, and you can get the peaks according to their abundances, okay, the natural abundances to be precise. Third example is 2-butane. Now, 2-butane is we have written it CH3C triple bond C CH3. Now, we can show the radical cation on the top of it, or you can promote the electron from or eject the electron from pi and put radical cations there also. Now, here this is 54, 54 is m plus, 55 is m plus 1 for C13 isotope. Then 39 is simply the loss of methyl. So, I will put those things. So, methyl will be like this, and the other part is going to carry this. So, this is m by E is equal to 39. This 15 is lost. Anyway, that radical is not detected by the instrument. So, instrumentation part we are not talking, because instrumentation is never asked in organic chemistry. We are interested in the interpretation part. So, we will be putting more emphasis on the interpretation part, the application part, and not the instrumentation. Instrumentation you can always read how the positive charges are accelerated with potential, and then they go to the detector side and so on. Okay. The next one is toluene. The 92 is m plus, CH3 I will put straight away. So, 77 plus 15, m by z of m plus is 92. And then the remaining peaks, the immediate peak, now I will not put 65, the immediate thing is 77, because when I put radical cation here, the first immediate cleavage is this one. So, you will be getting phenyl cation, and this is one thing. So, this is m by z is equal to 77. Alternatively, you can have radical and CH3 plus. So, this is m by z is equal to 15. These two things you can get. Loss of methyl, like loss of proton, will also give some peaks, but once the fragments are given, you can always explain them. But this is the immediate thing, like side chain breaking, side chain cleavage is very easy in organic compounds, because aromaticity is maintained for the radical or cation. So, side chain is easy to break. In this case, this is m plus, this is m plus minus 15, this is the phenyl cation what we were talking about, and this is the peak which is coming from, these are derived from the tropylium ion I will just quickly put the radical cation. Let us put radical cation here, and now loss of methyl. So, if methyl goes off, you will be getting plus and methyl radical. Now, this is 91. Now, this you can rewrite so this will be positive, proton shift will make it and then electrocyclic ring opening would make it M by E is equal to 91. Now, this is tropylium ion. So, in benzylic compounds, this is going to be a key peak, and this peak gives rise to the other peaks like 65 and 51. 77 is easy, like if it breaks down here, then it will give 77. This is M by Z is equal to 77. The other part will be radical. So, that is easy. Now, how 65 is generated from this? Now, let me put the arrows here, the fish hook arrows, so that we can show the loss of C2H2 and you get the cyclopentadienyl cation. This M by Z is equal to 65. So, loss of acetylene will give you like 65 is derived from this, and 51 you can get through this. So, we will see some more examples when we will be dealing with so many examples. So, it will be easy for you. To begin with, I am not going into detail. So, we will once again look at the examples, so many examples, so that the pattern of breaking down the molecule, the fragmentation pattern to be precise, will be easy for you to understand. Now, next compound is isopropyl alcohol. 60 looks like M plus, this looks like M plus minus 1, this is M plus minus 15, and this is CH3 plus. So, this is how the things will go. OH, so let me put H separately, radical, and then the immediate thing is you can lose proton or hydrogen radical, and you can get OH. This is M by Z is equal to 59. That is the first thing. The second thing is you can lose methyl group instead. So, you can show methyl is coming out, and you will be getting OH double bond. This will be positive. Of course, H is also there, because although we are not writing, this is M by Z is equal to 45, because we are losing 15. So, no need to count, but still you can count 15 plus 12 like 13, that is 28, 28, 29, 29 and 16, that is 45, and 15 is when methyl goes off, like from here if I show it like this, it will be OH, and then methyl goes off with heterolytic cleavage, it goes away with the by giving both the electrons here. So, it will be, I will just show it, plus charge is here, 2 electrons will come here. So, one will couple with this, another will stay with this, plus methyl plus. So, this is m by z is equal to 15, and of course, the other will also remain. Oxygen with three valencies should be shown with positive charge. So, that is the radical cation for oxygen. Radical cation and cations will absorb, radicals will not be, negative charges are also not absorbed. Two more examples to begin with, we will finish. This is m plus minus 15, m plus minus 29, CH3 CH2 O CH3. You can show it by this way also, radical cation, and now losing this methyl would be easy, not the methyl which is attached to oxygen. So, it will be CH2 double bond O CH3, positive charge, and other entities methyl radical. This is m by z is equal to 45. Okay. Another thing, like for 29 we have to be smart and put radical cation on the bracket. Bracket here, this should give radical, this is weighing 29 and the other part will be, we have to actually balance the radical cation, one will be cation, the other has to be radical. So, methoxy radical which is not absorbed, but this ethyl radical carbonium ion is absorbed, that is what is seen in this case. One more example, that is ethoxy benzene. For this kind of compounds, the peculiar peaks like 120 to 94. Now, since it is first lecture, I am not going into detail, but let me put the hydrogen like this. Now, you can promote electrons, or you can remove electron from pi also, or non-bonding. So, if it is lost from pi orbital, one of the electron, let me put O there. Now, this is alpha, beta, gamma. Gamma hydrogen abstraction, the McLafferty rearrangement. So, even mass m plus can give you even mass fragment. This is 122, this is 94, and what is going off? You are losing ethylene. Ethylene, the mass is 28. So, if 28 is lost, you get 94. So, this is even to even. So, it is McLafferty rearrangement. So, we will see all the things in detail, but in the first lecture I cannot do so many things. So, this is McLafferty rearrangement, abstraction of gamma hydrogen to give you the even mass peak, starting with even mass of the m plus ion. So, that is the next time. Once again I will revise few things, because this is new to you, and we will continue from here. Okay. Thank you.